What is going on, everybody? Captain Gonzo, that Flight Sim channel. We are live rather early today in comparison to our typical streaming time. It's a weird night. Got up a little bit too early for some reason. So I've got my coffee. I've got everything set. Guys, and if you're tuning in right now, or in the future, we're proud to announce that the Flight Sim channel has got their very own airline or executive charter company through Jetcard. So we're going to kick it off with the Falcon 50 from Contrail. When I flew this a couple days ago, actually last week, it kicked me in the rear, and I've made some tweaks, some adjustments as of today or last night, and so I'm going to see how it compares to that first flight. We've also updated it to see if the flight model has changed, but anyways, guys, if you're looking for us, we are currently hiring inside Jetcard. Just look for that Flight Sim Airways. I know it's cliche, it's very simple. I want to see if I can rename it down the line. But anyways, our call sign in the Jetcard environment is Mako. So we're going to see how Say Intentions works. Hopefully it is able to recognize our own generated flight and tail number and all that jazz. So you know what? Let's go ahead and get a window capture. Let me see if I've got one here. No, I don't. Okay. So I'm going to add a quick window capture here, guys, so you guys can see what I'm checking out on the Jetcard side. So let's go to window capture. There we go. Hey, it's already showing. So let's make this just a tad bigger. There we go. I'm going to put it over here. It's going to block my face a little bit, so I apologize for that. Yeah, there we go. My head's just floating. So here's Jetcard. So again, we are that Flight Sim Airways. You can see Tango Foxtrot Sierra is our 3-letter identifier. For those of you that want to search us that way, we are currently hiring. Okay, we've got a fleet of 6 airplanes right now, I believe. Phenom 300, Falcon 50, Citation 10, Piaggio, TBM, and something else. I can't remember, guys. I did this kind of late last night, so I apologize. So anyways, today's flight, we're going to be departing from Boston, heading to Minneapolis, St. Paul, KMSP. And again, this is our first operation under our own airline. Looks like weather is VFR. Oh, we do have some interesting weather just to the north of Rochester there, right over Canada, or the eastern side of Canada. So that's going to be interesting. We'll see how that affects us. Hopefully that weather radar works on the Falcon 50. We've got a couple of air mets there. So significant convective activity. Valid until within okay, so yeah, I don't want to feel it. It's too early. I don't feel like reading stuff right now. So yeah, just checking everything out, guys. Everything looks good. There's not a whole lot to starting your own airline, by the way, on Jetcard. Just started. Just got to make sure that you're ready to take on the financial risks. I know I am a little bit nervous about that one, but we'll see what happens. So anyways, here we go. Here's the charter value. Here's my projected net that I'm going to make. Hopefully that's the case. Oh, let me go sim brief. Nope, never mind. It's already dispatched. Okay, so we should be all set, guys. All right, here we go. Falcon 50, our tail number 550 Tango Foxtrot. That is how all of our aircraft are going to be registered. So just keep an eye on that. Distance 974 nautical miles. Block of 3 hours and 3 minutes. Cruising at flight level 400 or 40,000. Our alternate's right there. We've got 4 passengers on board. We're going to have about 4,900 pounds of gas. Actually, sorry, that's for the trip. 7,700. There we go. Almost 7,800. Here's our METARs, so we are good to go. All right, enough of this. Let's go ahead and get started. And I think V1 was showcasing how Jetcard and the Dassault Falcon 50 from Contrail actually communicate now. So that is interesting. All right, well, I'll have to figure that out another time. Not right now. Let's go ahead and get started. So let's remove the banner here, the streamer. We're in the cockpit here. Let's open the window. First thing I will do is just configure our weight. So let's go to weight and balance, and let's go ahead and download. There we go. See, 7,777 pounds, 4 passengers, 200 pounds of luggage. Oh, start Jetcard services. Here we go. So let's see what happens now that I've pressed that. I have no idea what's going to happen, by the way. So let's go ahead and do a quick walk around. We're in beautiful Boston, and what in the hell? Okay, first of all, that's cool. A 76400, those are rare. Those are unicorns. But to see it on the general aviation ramp here on Signature, just doing its own thing, whatever, dude. Let's remove that pitot cover. Static port removed. Temperature probe covers removed. Everything looks good here. If you're new to the Falcon 50, do not forget this by any means, unless you're expecting to tow the aircraft. We're not going to tow it today as we are already in a good position. So click there. That is your torque link. You'll see your castle nut and your pin are inserted and it's locked in place, allowing you to use nose wheel steering. So remember, don't forget that, boys and girls. It'll be crucial. Or remove the inlet covers here for the engines. There goes Frontier. Busy morning. I can already expect runway 22 left, watch, or 22 right. I can smell it. I can feel it. Let's open our baggage compartment. We'll keep chocks on for now. By the way, loving this paint job. I used to see this airplane in real life at Orlando International when I worked there. So it's pretty cool. 539 Charlie Alpha. I want to say they upgraded to a 900 after the 50. So 900's the big brother to the 50. Looks similar. This airframe is based on the Falcon 20. They just made it bigger, and then they made the Falcon 900 out of the 50, which is what we're seeing here, I think. Okay, so everything is good and clear on the outside. Let's go ahead and jump in. By the way, guys, I want to release a tutorial on this airplane, so I'll be working on that very shortly. All right, let's go ahead and get some electrical power. Batteries 1 and 2 are online. You can hear that. Battery voltages are in the green. And you know what? Let's go ahead and get ground power. There we go. We've got a GPU hooked up. Let's go to external power. There we go. Now we should be connected. We got external power feeding into the aircraft, I hope. You can see that voltage shot up now. So 25, 26, yep, about 28 volts. That's perfect. Volts DC. Let's go ahead and, nope, I need my inverters on. Let's get EFIS, or Electronic Flight Instrument Systems 1 and 2 online, and our radio master on. There we go. Our displays are coming online. Get our GPS on, our FMS CDUs on. Our emergency exit lights, seatbelt signs on, no smoking signs on, nav light is on. Keep everything else how it is. Brakes are off as indicated by the parking brake position. We'll get our IRS or INS switches to nav. There we go. And let's go ahead and just start getting our weather for Boston here, see what's going on. So ATIS is a 135.0. See if that works.
Temperature 19er, 2.17. Altimeter 3012.
Hold
Density
on.
altitude 300 feet. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Advise on course heading.
There we go. I knew I had something off.
And if flight following is requested, read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Victor. Boston Logan International Airport. Information, Victor. 09er 54 Zulu. Arriving runways 22 left. 27.
Yep. Knew that.
Departing runways 22 left. 22 right. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Scattered at 5000. Temperature 19er.
19er.
Altimeter 3012. Density altitude 300 feet. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions.
There we go. That's set.
On initial contact you have information Victor. Boston Logan International Airport. Information Victor.
All right, we got Victor.
0954 Zulu. Arriving runways 22 left, 27. Departing runways 22 left, 22 right. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Scattered at 25,000. Temperature 19er, 2.17. Altimeter 3012. Density altitude.
All right, so we've got our information Victor. Took me a second there to switch frequencies. I'm still getting used to this plane, but nevertheless, we got it. Let's go ahead and pick up clearance to Minneapolis. And again, we're Mako. What was it? What's that flight number? Yeah, Mako 550. So let's see how it goes. Boston clearance, good morning. Mako 550 at signature with Victor, requesting IFR Minneapolis.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Also, I tried using your SimBrief filed call sign, but it's not valid, so I'm falling back on the default. Cleared to Minneapolis via the Highland 7 departure. Then is filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 400, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 133.0. Squawk 5342. Expect runway 22 right.
Okay, we'll set that up in just a second. And yeah, he's saying that my call sign that I requested for the airline, Mako, is not valid. So whatever, you know, we'll deal with it. Clear to Minneapolis via the Highland 7 departure, then it's file climb, maintain 5,000, expect flight level 400, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 133.0, squawk 5342, and expecting 22 right for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, read back correct.
All right, so we've got our readback. Let's go ahead and just ignore that. Ground will be on 12175, so we can do that now. Keep it on the ground there, and we got to get our transponder set to 5342.
Southwest 261, ready to taxi.
Southwest 261, runway 22 right taxi via Charlie Bravo November, hold short of runway 15 right.
Runway 22 right taxi via Charlie Bravo November, hold short of runway 15 right.
Okay,
Southwest
that's set.
261.
Now let's start configuring our FMS. Ident. Okay, so let's see if we can figure this out. Yeah, I do have the flight plan there. Do I want to cheat this? I kind of want to set it up step by step because I want to do this for full flight one day, but let's see what happens. Let's go to flight plan, active flight plan. Let's go to here. We're going to put K-Boss. All right, K-Boston for our departure. Yep. And then they told us to expect 22 right. There we go. Okay. So departure again, K-Boss.
Short 15 right, Westwood 3657.
Ground American 9437.
Yep, same thing.
Taxi to the ramp.
And then we're doing the Highland 7.
American 9437, taxi to parking, hold short of runway 4 right.
Taxi to parking, hold short of runway 4 right, American 9437.
Highland 7, Highland. That's where we're departing. Okay, so they're all there.
Southwest 261, give way to the Brickyard Embraer 175 on your left.
There we go. After Highland. Let's see. We're going to Hannah. I think I'm doing this right. We're about to find out. Oh, no, that's not the right one. Hannah with 2 A's.
November, Westwood 3657.
Yep.
American 9437, cross runway 4 left.
After Hannah, we're going to Quebec 816. Okay, so here we go. This is going to be a good opportunity. Let me kill the music, by the way. Now it's just getting a little bit annoying. to check it out. If you're wondering how to do an airway, it's quite simple. Well, somewhat. We're going to select the empty field. We're going to press hashtag. We're going to type in the Quebec airway, Quebec 816. Press enter. And then you see how now it's picking up the airway and it's showing what waypoints you want to exit out of. So then we're going to go and depart. Hannah, join the Quebec 816, departing on Kelty. There we go. So Hannah, all the other waypoints that are associated with that airway, there's Kelty. Then we do the same thing.
Push and start at your discretion.
We're going to join the Quebec 812 airway. And then from the 812, we're going to Zohan. Perfect. That's configured. There you go. Kelty to Zohan via the Quebec 812 airway. And there we go. We've got that set.
1146, cross runway 15 right.
Okay, and then from there we're going to Idiom.
Right, American 1146.
Yep, enter.
Ground, JetBlue 488.
And then Idiom is our transition into our arrival for the Muscle 4 into Minneapolis St. Paul.
Hold short of runway 4 right.
Taxi to parking, hold short of runway 4 right, JetBlue 488.
KMSP. There we go. We're expecting 30 left. And our star is going to be the Muscle 4. Am I seeing it here? Nope. See, this is what I don't understand. This is showing my transition, so let's go with Idiom. Never mind. If I read, it'll make sense.
Crossing 15 right, American 215.
There we go. Idiom, and then let's select waypoints at the star. Select. There we go. Okay, so we're good. And then the approach. I'm going to pick up an ILS 30 left. ILS, GQ, yeah.
American 1146, cross runway 15 left.
Okay, so that's set, guys. Let's go to VNAV. Let's go to inactive, press back. There we go. Again, this is a shout out to Truck and Dad. He taught me this trick on how to get the VNAV to kind of work. Hold on. Beyond, or not beyond, saying attention pisses me off. How can I turn off comms here?
Brickyard 4566, cross runway 15 right.
Frickin' ground frequency is busy as hell. I'm gonna lower my volume. I'm gonna enable VHF2. I don't know if I can turn off. No. Oh well. Hopefully that worked, because that's annoying. And of course, it doesn't work. Whatever. Alright, so here we go. Climb. We're gonna go to flight level 400.
Kilo Bravo, November. Hold short of runway 15 right.
What's going on here? Enter. There we go. I need to choose a different flight level. No, that's not what I want.
American 2315, give way to the Airbus A220300 on your right.
There we go. No, doesn't like that.
American 2315.
There we go. 40,000. Okay, that's much better. Okay, transition level's okay. Flight path angle's okay. There we go. And it's showing our estimated time and route to climb, 26.9 minutes, up to flight level 400. You can see your altitude constraints as applicable.
United 2055, cross runway 15 left.
I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, I think we're configured. So let's go ahead and back out a little bit here.
Delta 9539, cross runway 15 right.
Confirm that. That's okay. There we go.
Crossing 15 right, Delta 9539.
Let's go back to the Falcon 50 app.
6952 ready for pushback.
We're going to unload this route.
JetBlue 6952, push and start approved.
Pushback and start approved. JetBlue
Boston to MSP. Cool. Let's pick up the airport info. We're going to need that. And again, we're expecting 22 right, so relatively easy taxi.
Roger, pushback approved.
All right, let's go ahead and fire up the APU because it is time to get ready for our startup. So make sure everything's pushed in.
Cross runway 15 right.
We're going to press the APU master switch on. We're going to turn the generator on. Not literally, we're just pressing the switch. Before we do that, let's get our booster for number 2 on. Everything else looks okay. And the start light is illuminated in red, so let's go ahead and fire up.
American
Hear that APU coming
give way
on.
to the Embraer 175, short wing.
Give way to the Embraer 175, short wing, American 1146.
There she
261,
goes.
cross runway 15 right.
There's the generator load, so that's a good sign.
Crossing 15 right, Southwest 261.
We'll let her stabilize. We're going to switch over from external power to normal. That looks good.
Recap 5822, cross runway 15 left.
Give it a few minutes. Let's disconnect that GPU.
Cross runway 15 left, Brickyard 5822.
Much better.
5096, ready for push and start.
Piedmont 5096, push and start at your discretion.
Let's get a hydraulic pump on.
Approved, Piedmont 5096.
Get some pressure.
And maintain flight level 280, report level.
Let's see if I can get my parking brake on. There we
Flight
go.
level 280,
Good.
200.
So we'll go outside, remove chocks. We're about ready to start firing up.
Ready to taxi.
JetBlue 6952,
Let's get our bleeder.
runway 22 right taxi via Alpha. November, hold short of runway 15 right.
Runway 22 right taxi via Alpha, November. Hold short of runway 15 right, JetBlue 6952.
Let's go ahead and get our... whatchamacallit. Let's get our anti-collision light on. Let's see.
Ground JetBlue 1302, taxi.
Oh, what up, Mari Shog? Thank you very much, brother. Yeah, we're starting off, man. We just decided to launch it yesterday, and we're announcing it today. So again, that Flight Sim Airways, very cliche. Hopefully it goes well. If we go bankrupt, oh well. I have to go bankrupt and start all over on Jetcard. So if you guys want to apply, feel free to apply. We've got 6 airplanes, so it'll be interesting. All right, let's go get ready to depart, guys.
Southwest 261.
We've got parking brake on, so let's remove chocks.
JetBlue 1302, cross runway 4 left.
Everything looks clear on my end, so looking good. Richard Bauer, welcome back, my good friend. How you doing, sir? But yeah, Amari Shog. So yeah, we're just hoping, man, it goes well. Hopefully people start joining us and making us some money. I'm gonna try to do my part, at least 2 to 3 flights a week, so that I can maintain. Whoa! Why am I climbing? You guys saw that?
Delta 859er, cross runway 15 right.
There's like something invisible here.
Delta 859er.
Look at this. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna try to do my part. Captain Flacco's gonna do his part as well. See if we can start generating some funds to keep the airline afloat. Otherwise, we'll be going bankrupt in like a month or 2.
Cross runway 15 left.
Ooh, that APU is loud. Let's go ahead and hop in.
293, Roger.
Hey, Mari Shog, Jetcard is worldwide, good sir. It's just an app. You gotta pay a $20 one-time fee.
JetBlue 1333.
But once you do pay it, you get access to that suite, and it's freaking awesome, man. It gives you the career mode that I think Flight Simulator should have been from the get-go.
1333.
Close that window. Let's go and close the PAX cabin.
Allegiant 5232, boarding complete. Request pushback.
Legion 5232, pushback approved.
Cleared push and start. Allegiant 5232.
There we go. Okay, let's take away the placard. We don't need it anymore.
2148, taxi to the ramp.
We'll grab our performance chart.
Taxi to parking, hold short of runway 4 right.
X-ray golf.
So it looks like we'll be departing with our gross weight is 31,500, V1 at 99, rotate at 112, flat street track slats at 127, clean config by 137. There's our VFs. or VS at 170. Slats plus 20 degrees. Power for takeoff 98.1 and 1, and then climbing at 97.2. Runway condition is dry. We'll need about 3,700 feet. So we're going to sync bugs and sync the weight. There's the bugs. There's the weight. Cool.
Delta 859 or give way to the Airbus A320 ahead.
I was on the fence for a while, but since it's worldwide, I'm gonna give it a try. Yeah, man, it's fantastic. It's really so immersive, and it really has you manage like your finances, how you schedule your flights. God, ATC is really annoying me today. Jesus Christ, it's freaking loud, and I can't adjust the volume. All right, anyways, let's make some noise on our own here. Booster pumps on. We're gonna make sure these are in ground start. Yep, they're in ground start. Let's see.
Flight level 24029
Allegiant 5232,
Okay.
runway 22 right taxi via Alpha.
That sounds and looks
November,
okay.
hold short of runway 15 right.
Our temperature here, passengers, get a little warmer. It's 20 degrees Celsius, so. Okay, let's get started with number 2, shall we? Booster pumps are on. Let's go ahead and start number 2.
Descending to 11,000 for yard 55902.
There's N2 rising. Get some gas.
JetBlue 1333 ready to taxi.
Watching ITT.
JetBlue 287.
JetBlue 1333, runway 22 right taxi via Alpha, Charlie, Bravo, November, hold short of runway 15 right.
Runway 22 right taxi via Alpha, Charlie, Bravo, November, hold short of runway 15 right.
Okay,
JetBlue
stabilizing around 30% N1. Number 3 now. There's 10, there's 12.
Way to the Airbus A321 Neo.
Watching that ITT pick up, N1 picking up as well. We've got a good fuel flow. Oil pressure climbing. Oil temperature is going to be a little bit cold for now. There we go.
JetBlue 267, cross runway 15 right.
Cross runway 15 right, JetBlue 267.
And number 1. 10, 12. There we go.
Southwest 3976, climb flight level 240.
Climbing flight level 240, Southwest 3976.
There we go. All 3 engines looking good.
Climb and maintain flight level 280.
So now that we've got that started, let's go ahead and turn the bus to norm. I'm going to turn off the bleed air from the APU. Then we're going to go ahead and kill the APU.
United 5052 out of 16,000 for flight level 200.
Well, that's finishing up.
Boston Center, good morning.
Let's see. Flight plan, did it pick it up? Yes, it did. Now, I got to check. It seems like it's going to runway 22 right again, which is odd. So let's go ahead and select 22 right and erase that. I don't know how to do that. Hold on. Okay. Yes. No. Okay, there we go. Because I noticed that on my GPS display, it was showing like a return to. So there we go. And that worked. That looks like the route we intended to. By the way, look at this dinosaur of a GPS. I love it. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and uncage or cage our emergency horizontal indicator. I think that's what it's called from Dassault. There we go. Mach trim on. Let's go ahead and configure our trim for takeoff. We're in the green. Let's go flaps 20. Slats plus flaps 20. The only thing on the indicator or the annunciator panel is the pitot heats, right and left, which of course we'll take care of once we are getting ready for departure. Let's go outside. Look at that beautiful bird. We'll check flight controls, look at the nose wheel steering. Okay, let's release the parking brake. Boston ground. Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, a signature request and taxi for departure.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, runway 22 right, taxi via Alpha November, hold short of runway 15 right.
Alpha November, hold short of 15 right for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Get our taxi light on. Such a lovely plane, man. This is quickly becoming one of those jets that I'm just intrigued by every single day. Okay, APU has been off for a couple of minutes. We'll turn off the master here in just a few moments.
Foxtrot Sierra 550, cross runway 15 right, then continue taxi via November.
We'll cross 15 right and continue via November for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550.
Out of flight level 220 for flight level 240687.
Delta 3588, give way to the Airbus A320.
We'll give way to a Airbus A320, Delta 3588.
Hey, it's Lazy. Good morning. Good morning to you too. Welcome aboard. We're about to get started here on our flight departing Boston, heading to Minneapolis, St. Paul. It'll be interesting.
2066, push and start approved.
Cleared push and start, Delta 26.
APU master is off.
Flight level 280.
Let's see the preset cameras.
Taxi to the ramp.
No, these are all inside. There we go. Little belly one.
Taxi to parking, hold short of runway 4 right.
Taxi to parking hold short of runway 4 right, Delta 561.
They're cool, but some of them are a little wonky.
Allegiant 5232, cross runway 15 right.
Cross 15 right, Allegiant 5232. Continue climb, flight level 320. Climbing, flight level.
There's November, where everybody's heading.
Push and start.
I'm just gonna cut them off. All right, guys.
Push and start approved.
473 descend 16,000 at your discretion.
Let's see how it goes.
Flight level 200 for 16,473.
United 796, cross runway 4 left.
And we were told to cross 15 right at November, so that's what we're going to do.
527 radio 5x5.
Delta 3588, cross runway 15 right.
Cross 15 right, Delta 3588.
Haha, I'm cutting off United.
Out of flight level 200 for flight level 240, Jet
Allegiant 5232, cross runway 15 left.
Crossing 15 left, Allegiant 5232.
Out of flight level 220 for flight level 40638.
United 796, give way to the Delta 220 on your right.
We'll give way to the Delta 220, United 796.
All right, screw it. We're gonna drive right through these guys. I don't have time to wait. Saying, hey, Slazy, so I'm new to this plane. Is that an APU in the middle? So if you're referring to this, no, that's an engine, sir, or ma'am, or whatever. So yeah, this is an engine. This is the second engine, right? So there's 3 engines on the Falcon. That's one thing that the Falcons are known for, typically. A couple of their models have 3 engines, but it does have an APU as well. The APU is offset into the rear right. But you have 3 engines, just like the DC-10 or the MD-11, so it's pretty awesome.
Bravo November, hold short of runway 15 right.
Kudoshio Kid saying, I like the tutorial because it's easy to understand. It's a translation. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm trying to record a tutorial for this airplane. Hopefully releasing it in the next couple days, by Thursday, no later than Thursday. And that way people can start getting familiar with this airplane. It's not that difficult, trust me. The autopilot is the one thing that's a little tricky. But other than that, it's doable.
Follow the A320 ahead.
Yep, we're following the Airbus ahead for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. And we're going to ram right through them. Love the water on the ground here. It looks so cool. Oh, hold on, guys.
Sierra 550, contact tower on 128.8. Have a good morning.
128.8 for Tango Fox with Sierra 550. All right, we're gonna play ball here. 128.8. There we go, 128.8. Yeah, a TriStar, exactly. Just a French version. That's so.
Out of flight level 280.
133.0.
62 cross runway 15 right.
Crossing 15 right at Carol 5662.
We're setting our departure frequency here.
JetBlue 267, contact departure.
133.0.
Okay, switching to departure. JetBlue 267.
Let's pull up behind the Airbus. Oh yeah, hold up. I almost forgot, guys. I've got to enable my camera. Hey, there we go. You guys should see that. We'll do a flight control check.
JetBlue 1021, winds 230 at 3, runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff.
That feels good.
Cleared for takeoff, 22 right, JetBlue 1021.
Why are they all holding short of November 2? I'm going to go to full length.
Cross runway 15 left.
Cross runway 15 left at Carol 5662.
Hey, it's lazy. Yeah, the longitude is nice, man. It's very good for a default airplane. I actually just tried it out a few days ago for a video that I'm filming on this Moza AY210 setup, and it's cool. It's definitely a great airplane for me. I just love being able to fly historic pieces like this right here. The Falcon 50 is one of the more iconic airplanes in the GA world, so that's why I enjoy doing these types of flights. All right, hold up, guys. I'm kind of messing up here. I don't even know what I'm doing for my departure. Highland 7, there we go. We're departing out of 22 right, so we're gonna it looks like heading 215. And then we're gonna make a left turn to J, max 210 knots at or above 1200. And boat and task.
Boston Tower, roger.
Okay, that makes sense. Let me change my source here.
Delta 1410 cross runway 15 right.
And let's go to FMS. There we go. Same thing over there on the FO side. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Let me zoom in a little bit. We've got 5,000 set as our initial climb altitude. Let's call tower, let them know we're ready for stuff. Yeah, stuff. Boston Tower, Tango Fox, Sierra 550, holding short of 22 right, ready for departure.
JetBlue 21,
Come on.
contact departure.
I'm on.
Tango Foxtrot, Sierra 550, Boston Tower, runway 22 right, winds 230 at 3. RNAV TJ cleared for takeoff.
RNAV TJ cleared for takeoff, 22 right for Tango Foxtrot, Sierra 550. All right, lights are on. Ignition set to air start. Pitot heat on. There we go. No annunciators whatsoever. Let's get booging.
Delta 1410, cross
So
runway
we're going to
15
zoom
left.
in.
Crossing 15 left, Delta 1410.
Where are my notes? 22 right, climbing, heading 215 to intercept course 142 to cross TJ at or above 1200.
Hold short of 15 right, Brickyard 5854.
I think we can do that. Should be easy.
United 3716, winds 230 at 3, runway 27 cleared to land.
All right, here we go. Let's get a little bit of thrust introduced. And let's get some takeoff power set now.
Brickyard 5854, hold short of runway 15 right.
Hold short of 15 right, Brickyard 5854.
Check. Check. And pull back on the nose. There we go. That feels a little better than the other day. Gear up. Let's go flaps up.
Brickyard 5854, cross runway 15 right.
Cross runway 15 right, Brickyard 5854.
And let's start making that turn now to intercept. Let's reduce thrust.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, contact departure.
Over to departure for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Boston departure, Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550 at 1,900, climbing 5,000 on the Highland 7.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, Boston departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 10,000 direct TJ.
Climb and maintain 10,000 direct TJ for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Hand flying this puppy. Okay, we're going direct TJ now. I don't know why flying this thing just feels like I'm flying a hot rod. That's probably because it is.
Boston departure, Brickyard 5693, 5,000.
Okay, let's get nav. Let's go to, where's my climb? And let's go Yacht Emperor autopilot. There we go. Gonna reduce power a little bit there.
Boston departure, good morning, JetBlue 1021, 8,000.
So she's looking to get to that airspeed 250 and then it'll start pitching up. So we're gonna introduce power again. You can see climb in 250 as our target airspeed.
JetBlue 1021, contact Boston Center on 133.325.
Let's see if I am correct. There we go. There's the nose.
On 133.325, JetBlue 1021.
Climb, we're looking for 97% on N1.
Good speed 755, contact Norway Tower on 126.0. 126.0, good speed 755.
A little tricky keeping everything in line, so we're going to reduce power, Number 2 is doing fine.
Good speed 9971, contact Beverly Tower on 125.2.
125.2, good speed 9971.
Okay, that's looking better. 97 across the board. Let's go ahead and turn off taxi light. Landing light can stay on until we cross 10,000.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet until established. Altimeter 3009er.
Everything else is good.
550, traffic at your 12 o'clock 5 miles at 6,757.
Looking for traffic for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Oh yeah, here we go. He's 1,700 below us. We're going to be climbing out of here anyways.
Down to 3,000 clears for the ILS 27 approach. Southwest 8722.
All right, retarding the throttles just a bit. Looking good, feeling good.
Departure, JetBlue 418, 5,000.
That's the 1,000-foot horn. Don't be scared. It scares me every time.
418 Boston departure, Roger.
Departure United 7090, 2000 for 4,000.
United 7090 Boston departure, climb and maintain 8,000.
So we're at 10,000.
Good speed 3755, contact Norway Tower on 126.0.
We're going to say we're above 10,000. That's what we're hauling, above 250. We have a constraint here. Let's see. Departure Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. We like to climb if possible.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, descend and maintain 10,000.
Unable. We're at 10,000. We like to climb for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Hey, Blue. Yes, sir. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here, brother. I appreciate you tuning in to watch us. Yeah, so we've been using Jetcard for about a month now, and we just decided to launch the airline here, so hopefully it goes well, man. Hold on, St. Tensions is acting up a little bit funky. For Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, we're at 10,000. We'd like to request a climb for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Let's see what happens, guys. Let's see if they come back and say something.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Climb and maintain 40,000.
There we go. Climb and maintain 40,000. Flight level 400 for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. All right, let's do the thing, boys and girls. Ooh, Blue. I've been there before, brother. I know what it's like, man. I got my morning started really early, and it seems like you're getting your morning or your evening started very early and in the backwards way. But all right, brother, take care. Thank you for being here, man. Good to see you. And hopefully we stay in touch, brother. Take care. There's 40,000 boys and girls. Let's go to climb. Here we go. We're going to get a good aggressive climb now. Get back on the power. That nose is going to come up. And looking for that 96% and 1 on the climb. Seeing how she does. 97, I think it was. 97.8. There we go. All right, guys, so we're doing A-OK. Much better this time around on the Falcon 50. I definitely feel a little bit better. More comfortable with the autopilot and the mechanics. So when I do record that tutorial, I hope that I can really convey the information correctly and at least in a way that you can feel comfortable around it. Let me get back to the chat there. See you later, Blue. Hey, it's Lazy saying, I'm trying to learn my ILS. I have Navigraph, but I'm a 52-year-old dad. I don't learn like I used to, like approaches, etc. Hey, it's Lazy. So ILSs are actually one of my favorite types of approaches, right? They're ground-based precision approaches. And you've got two components here. Hold on.
Contact Boston Center on 127.975.
Over to Boston Center on 127.975 for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. 127.975. Boston Center, Tango Foxtrot Sierra. With you at 157, climbing flight level 400. Wow, I said with you.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, Boston Center, good morning.
Got to monitor our thrust here. Got to monitor our thrust. So, okay, the ILS, the instrument landing system. You've got two components here that are really your life, your bread and butter. You've got your lateral navigation, which is your localizer, which is pretty much an array of antennae that are showing two signals going down the runway. Blah, blah, blah. You intercept it, right? And that gives you your lateral approach or lateral guidance. And you've got your glide slope, which represents your vertical guidance, right? This is why it's a precision approach. It's because you've got both lateral and vertical navigation. And in some instances, the ILS even allows more modern aircraft, I mean, even business just like this, to do a full Cat 3 auto land. But that's another story for another day. So what you want to do as the pilot in command of your aircraft to configure the aircraft properly for an ILS is, number one, make sure you understand what your localizer frequency is. And you've got to tune that on your nav radio. All right, so your nav 1 or your nav 2, whichever one you choose, has to be tuned to the frequency as published on the chart. Second thing you need is your final approach course, which is also published right there on those charts. And we'll take a look at one of them here in just a moment. But you want to have those two components. And the crucial thing is telling the aircraft to switch from FMS to nav. Remember, you're going from a GPS navigation, lateral navigation from your FMS to ground-based now, because you're looking for that localizer frequency from the airfield on that particular runway, and so you don't want to stay on lateral navigation or any type of GPS or GPS navigation. You want to switch over to nav, right? So I'll show you how we're going to do that here in the Falcon 50 once we get configured for our approach a little bit later, and I'm going to show you how it works. It's very simple, but you have to configure the aircraft properly, otherwise the ILS goes out the window. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Since we're climbing here, nothing really is happening. We're going to hide my DSLR so you guys can focus on that. So lazy, if you're still with me, let's go look at an approach right now, which is something that I'm going to need to do anyways. Hold up, let me make sure I'm doing everything correctly here. Yeah, we're looking good, guys. Oh crap, we're through transition altitude. Whoops. Standard. $299 set. There we go. Woo. That's why it's important to keep up with the airplane, boys and girls. Everything else looking good though. We're flying. We're doing things that we should do for now. So we're en route. Let me see. I think we said 30 left was our approach. So we're gonna go to MSP. Let's go to maps here. Let's find approach. There we go. ILS or localizer 30 left. So here we go. It's lazy. So this is going to be your bread and butter, right? This is your IAP, instrument approach procedure, or people call it instrument approach plate, whatever you want to call it. You want to verify you've got the correct location, the correct approach loaded for whatever runway you're anticipating. We're not going to do a full brief here. I'm just going to show you what you need to configure your aircraft. First thing you'll need is this right here, lock. That is your localizer. You've got a frequency 110.3. So I'm going to show you how I do that on the aircraft. 110.3. I'm going to go down to my radio stack here. And you see you've got your COM 1 and your NAV 1, and you should have a COM 2, NAV 2. With the NAV radio of your choice, you're going to go ahead and make that your active frequency. So you can see my standby is already set. All I have to do is switch it up to active. Now, I've already told my NAV radio, this is the frequency I want you to look for. That's the first part. The second part you'll need is your final approach course, which is on a heading of 301 degrees, which should line you up with that center of runway 30 left. Now, we can set that up right now, but I can tell you based on what I've already done here on the FMS with the Falcon 50, I already told the aircraft what approach I want to expect, and so it already knows to load that course. But if you, for whatever reason, need to manually set your course, look for your course knob on your autopilot panel, whether it's on a piston aircraft, a jet, or an airliner, and make sure you configure it. Now, if you're flying Airbus makes it very easy for you, like the A320, A330, all that, because it already populates everything for you. You don't have to tune your nav radios, you don't have to do your course, it just does it for you. But if you're flying Boeing, if you're flying, a 737, for example, you do need to manually adjust your course to make sure that it aligns with your final approach course. Everything else here for your ILS is something that you could learn. I don't think you need it, except if you're really going for realism, make sure you understand your missed approach procedure, which is right here, because that'll be crucial if you're on VATSIM or say Intentions or any type of ATC service. Know what you should expect in the event that you got to go missed. Let's say weather's just bad, you don't feel comfortable, you've got a unstable approach. This is where you need to know what you're expected to do based on what's been published for this particular approach. Now, on the other hand, real life, when you go missed, you might get told, you might just be given vectors like, hey, that's fine, you went missed, what's the reason for going missed? You can tell them because your mom told me so. All right, ultimately it's your decision as pilot in command. They'll give you vectors and you'll turn around, they'll sequence you back into the approach corridor. But anyways, make sure you understand this right here. Other than that, I wouldn't worry about everything else right now. Just understand that you got to set up your localizer frequency first on your nav radio and your final approach course. And then lastly, as you're getting ready to transition to that approach mode, what you have to do is switch over from your FMS to your nav 1 or nav 2 source, or localizer 1, localizer 2 source. And we'll demonstrate that later as we get ready for our approach. Right now, I'm trying to wait till we level off I might have to, I don't know. I might have to speed up this sim rate because this is going to take a while. Look at my N1. We're cooking here. What's my climb rate? Yeah, we're still doing about 1,500 feet a minute. It's going to come down now. It's tricky, by the way, trying to maintain consistent power with the honeycomb tri-jet setup. Yeah, no problem. Hey, Lazy, and again, if you're still here in the next, hopefully less than an hour, I'm going to try to speed up the sim rate just so I can commence the approach. I'm going to show you how I do it on the Falcon 50. Keep in mind, this is an old jet. It's going to be a little weird, a little different, but for the most part, the principles still apply. It's a matter of tuning your radio, getting your final approach course, and then telling the aircraft, hey, what nav source I want to follow in order to establish myself. Let's see, because we're barely climbing. We're doing about 1,000 feet a minute right now at 260. Let me make sure Say Intentions has not told me anything else. Nope. Okay. So let's go and check out the sim rate. There we go. So now it's faster. We still got 10,000 feet to go or so. And again, I'm just going to keep manipulating my throttles here manually as we get to continue climbing. Remember that air gets less and less dense. Temperatures keep dropping. So we got to monitor our N1. I just heard like a loud noise. That was weird. Let's zoom out, see where our route is. Yeah, we're still inbound Hannah. We still got a ways to go, man. By the way, I forget, guys, but on the Contrail... What's that noise? Is that the wind just rushing outside? That's cool. Kind of scared me. I thought we were going through like a storm. Hold on. Let's reduce power a little bit. There we go. We're still barely climbing, man. This thing is kind of struggling to get up there. Lazy, we don't have a specific one for flight planning tutorials. We've done tutorials on a lot of planes, and we've shown you how to configure it manually, how to do the sim brief option where it does it for you. But we can always explore an option like that to just do a dedicated flight planning video. That's something that we like. We like to get the feedback like you're giving us right now. So yeah, that's something that we can plan for sure. So. Oh, she is struggling to get up here, boys and girls. And I forgot to check my cabin pressurization. Whoops. Hopefully it's set on auto. I don't see any annunciator alerts, so that's good. Okay, here we go. We're going to make a left turn now at Hannah. There we go, nice and subtle. We're still just climbing at 500 feet a minute, which is fine up at the flight levels like this. I mean, I get it. You can see that indicated airspeed just slowly dropping. There's the horn. And then I'm going to do something. I'm going to see if I can try the auto throttle little feature that's hidden here behind the throttle knob. It's that little screw there. You're supposed to press it and it'll hold whatever IR speed. I don't really know how to use it, so we'll find out. Okay, we're going to bring it back to 1 time. There we go. Back to native for 1 time. Let me check my pressurization. Whoops. Flight altitude, nope. Our baro is set to, I don't know how to rate this perfectly, so we're gonna go and do some stupid stuff here, even though it's showing it good. Yeah, we're showing 6,000 feet, so that's good. I don't know, guys. I gotta look into this one. There we go. Now we're showing a climb rate. Well, here we go. We're at 40,000 feet. Now let's see what happens if I press the screw here. See, but I don't like that. We're at 99.7.
Contact Boston Center on 128.325.
128.325 for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Boston Center, Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, flight level 400. Okay, auto throttle's doing this thing. That's cool.
Foxtrot Sierra 550, Boston Center. Good morning.
Seatbelt signs can come off. Everything else is good for now. I use the Thrustmaster, Boeing yoke, and TPR rudder pedals and Bravo throttle quadrant. Nice. So yeah, that's what I'm using right now. I've got the, well, just the Bravo throttle quadrant. I think it's one of the best options out there in the market because it gives you so much variety right out of the box. And for me personally, I've used all types of mods. Like I have a 737 lever set that's right next to me that I use it for when I'm flying the PMDG or the iFly. I've got an Airbus set. I've got a single engine piston and twin engine piston setup as well, and of course the ones that come from the factory. But right now for the yoke, I've got the Moza AY210 and the MFY yoke that they sent to us about a month ago, and we're still testing. I'm actually releasing a video later today giving you my thoughts behind the MFY and AY210 from Moza. This has force feedback. It's been phenomenal. It's really gotten me to go in and just fine-tune a lot of significant details to really make that experience that much better. And for my rudder pedals, I use the Wing or Wind Control Orion 2 pedals, and they are fantastic. I've got the mechanical damper set on them, and they have been flawless for the past 2 years now. Okay, let's go explore the cabin, right? See how our passengers are behaving this morning. Okay, we got some people spread out around the cabin. I do the same thing. I wouldn't want to be all up in people's places or faces. I love this configuration, by the way. This guy is kind of suspicious. Why is he back here all mopey and stuff? That's kind of creepy. Nice beard, bro. Look at that wing view. Now that's sexy. So I'm gonna go ahead and start saying this now. It's a little bit too soon for me to say. I think the Contrail Falcon 50 is taking the #1 spot for me versus the Citation 10 from Flight Effects. But with that being said, and I say that because if you guys have been following our channel for a while, you know that I am obsessed with the Citation 10. That is the best update, hands down, or best add-on for Flight Simulator thus far. It's just an overall perfect airplane with everything that I need functioning. But keep in mind, we got to talk to the Flight Effects team at the Flight Sim Expo several weekends ago, and they are talking about an update that's supposed to come out hopefully in the next couple of days. And they said it's going to completely change the Citation 10 and give it a much needed uplift. So I can't wait for that. I am super excited. if you're a Citation 10 driver out there, make sure you stay tuned because that update is coming, including wing flex and many other features that I don't remember. He talked a lot, we talked a lot, but I'm excited. So when the Citation 10 gets the update, I'm going to go back to it, do a live or do a full video, and then I'm going to see if I still love it more than the Falcon 50, because this one and the Citation 10 are tit for tat right now. I love them both. By the way, guys, I am a complete rookie. I know several of you will be looking at this later in the future, so let me go into the chat here. If you want to look for us inside the Jetcard, we are called that Flight Sim Airways, 3-letter identifier TFS. There we go. So yeah, guys, once again, if you're seeing this now or in the future, you want to apply to fly with us, go ahead and do it right there. Look for TFS, that Flight Sim Airways. Hey, it's Lazy. I turn down free stuff from companies, so when I do give my opinion, people know it's not a paid promotion. Well, I get that, and trust me, I've seen several people make comments like that in some of our review videos. I don't see why we can't give a honest feedback or review. By the way, we're not paid. We are not paid by any means by any of these companies to say or do anything. Are they paying to send us the product? Sure, absolutely. We're not paying a single dime to review this item or this article or whatever we've got. We've been fortunate and blessed enough to establish these partnerships and relationships with a bunch of manufacturers, but I don't think there's an issue. I don't see why we can't be honest and transparent, even though we're receiving this item free of cost. If you look at all my videos, I tend to be fair, at least I hope I am, and being unbiased, all right? Because I'm not just going to blow smoke up of people's rear just because somebody's sending me something. I'll give you an example. I actually just turned down a collaboration with a big name in the industry because their contract required me and our channel to give them the content first so they could approve it. And I said, absolutely not. I am not going to be publishing something that has been vetted or reviewed by the manufacturer just to align with their needs and wants. I said, that's not how we do business here at the Flight Sim channel. Even though I know that's probably the common trend with YouTube, I'm sorry about that, but we don't play that game here. We're not these biased individuals that are just looking to make money and push content and product without any real context or without being honest. And so ultimately we told this big manufacturer who we've worked with before, by the way, we've worked with them before. We told them, no, thanks, but no thanks. We're too busy right now. We're not going to do this game. And yeah, it was a little weird. It's a little weird that they all of a sudden changed their tone and they said that they needed to approve content. I said, absolutely not. I'm not going to be sending people content. I'm going to publish content as I feel like I have to. And if that means your product sucks, I will call it out. So Richard saying the Citation 10 update is not out yet. Hopefully it will be out later today. Yeah, Rich, I keep looking online to see if there's any updates. I gotta check on their Discord. My partner Captain Flacco was added to their chat, and I gotta check with him and see if he's gotten any updates. Guys, I am sweating. I'm literally anxious for my Citation 10, our beloved Citation 10, to get updated, and I hope it lives up to the hype, right? Because I think it needs a little update, but I think regardless, the plane's perfect how it is. Lazy saying need more creators like you. Then, you know, I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. But I'll be honest with you, man. Me and my partner Captain Flacco have been talking lately, and while we love reviewing hardware, we love getting the opportunity to test out things free of cost. Again, who wouldn't want that? We've ultimately realized, right? We're not hardware reviewers. That's not why we started this channel back in 2023. Actually, this channel started in 2020, but we really started pumping content in 2023, 2024. When we started doing videos, we were never in it to review hardware. It was more just to get tutorials, get the community connected so that people that are new to the flight sim environment don't feel intimidated by the fact that there's advanced aircraft nowadays, right? And so that's how we started doing stuff. We've branched off into this hardware review kind of style of videos, and honestly, I will be 100% honest with you. even if this affects my relationships moving forward with all these manufacturers, I don't like it. It's not my style. I feel like I have to really push myself to film a video, think of ways to present the article or the hardware in a creative way, and to talk about it fairly and unbiased. It is a little bit difficult at times because I like to just sit down and record myself talking, and then I rewatch it, and then I'm like, I don't like this. Delete that, go back to it. So sometimes it feels a little bit forced per se, but I want to do it to upend our end of the commitment with these companies. But here at that Flight Sim channel, we're not hardware reviewers, right? And we always ask people, hey, tell us how we can do better in that portion. Our bread and butter is to do this: live streams, full flights, show you software that is really great to immerse you even more inside the Flight Sim world. And ultimately, tutorials is what's really put us on the map, and we want to kind of go back to our roots. So again, I appreciate you saying that, and I love how honest and transparent you're being with me. I'm hoping that I can be sincere and honest and let you know that everything I'm saying is in earnest. But yeah, we want to be honest, we want to be transparent. I think here at that Flight Sim channel, we want to go back to our roots. We want to start doing tutorials again, just full flight videos. And hardware reviews, yeah, they're fine. Like I said, I'm going to be releasing one later today because of a commitment that I made with this company, with Moza. But overall, it's not our thing. We've just done it to try out something new within the community. And it's kind of been a hit or miss, to be honest. And we're not in it to get money, man, to be honest. I'm not in it to try to get 1 million views so that I can retire tomorrow. No, I would love to make this my full-time job, but the reality is YouTube doesn't pay that much money. So it's just enough to maybe pay for a gas tank or a tank of gas, perhaps buying a good meal, a good lunch one day, but that's about it, guys. So trust me, we still got to work for a living. And yeah, anyways, enough rambling. I don't want to get sentimental here. Let's go see what's going on. Whoops, why can't I move my camera? Let's see the stats here. You have 5 monitors? Holy hell. Damn, I've got 2, man, and sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit overloaded here, but damn. All right, so we've got just under 2 hours to our destination. Hell no, we're gonna speed that up, boys and girls. All right, I ain't got time for that. I got maybe an hour left of me before I gotta get off the air, so it's time to speed things up. Oh, by the way, hold on, I haven't paid attention to this rack here. Look at all the manuals, man. All of the pamphlets, or not pamphlets, all the manuals, maintenance, pubs. Look at the emergency acts. Can I take it out? What did I just do? What was that? Oh, it's the sunshade. Okay. Okay, that scared me a little bit. Not gonna lie. Smoke goggles. All right, let's go ahead and pick up our sim rate because I don't want to keep talking up here. Why is this happening? There we go. There's Syracuse. Let's see if we can spot it from the outside. There she is. I think that's Syracuse. I love this livery, guys, by the way. Sexy, sexy paint job on a beautiful airplane. All right, let's go ahead and speed it up now because I don't got time. Here we go. We're at 4 times the speed. Alright, so we're going to kind of hold it there, see how it goes. I got to look to see if we get a top of descent. Hopefully we do get one very soon. Lazy saying, I've been a full-time creator since the 2020 during the COVID era, but now just fly to have fun. That's awesome, man. By the way, is that the channel name? Can I just look you up through the channel? It's something lazy, or what's your channel name, Andrew? Don't be afraid to drop it in here. We're not afraid to promote other people's content and stuff if you want the recognition, of course. If you want to keep it on the down low, that's perfectly fine as well. But yeah, we welcome all content creators. We want people to grow alongside with us. This is a small community. It's getting bigger by the day, by the year. But we want to promote other people so that we're all in the same.
0550, contact Cleveland Center on 128.025.
Over to Cleveland, 128.025 for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. 128.025. Cleveland Center, Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, flight level 400.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, Cleveland Center, good morning.
And do we have some weather ahead? Let me see if I can get my weather radar on. See if I even know how to do it. Let's go range. Yeah, 50 miles. Get a slight tilt. Now, there we go. Yes, I got it working on the HSI. Cool. Or the EHSI. That's cool. Richard Bauer. Yep. It was RB Simmer. Yep. I always remember that name, man. You've always been a faithful, loyal follower, man. So I appreciate it. So yeah, guys, check out the chat if you're seeing this now or in the future. Again, we like to promote other content creators that are in the same space as we are. So make sure you check out Richard Bauer. That's his name. And then, hey, it's Lazy saying, yeah, hey, it's Lazy. I mainly go live on Facebook. 16,000 followers, trying to grow my YouTube, only 1.3K. Hey, that's great, man. Believe it or not, that's how our channel got started. We had 15,000 followers on Facebook during the COVID era, similar to you guys. That's where my partner Flacco was really putting in the work. And then we decided to switch over to YouTube. When I joined him on YouTube in 2023, we had 230 subscribers. And today, because of people like you guys watching us and giving us support, we're at 13,200 and something and growing. So again, it's really big thanks to the community. Not a flex, right? That's what people say nowadays, the flex. It's not about flexing or showing off. It's just saying thank you to the community of people, showing you what's possible. And again, that's why we want to go back to our roots, to doing tutorials and just having fun. Oh man, I'm loving this weather radar. That's cool. Let's see the range. Just increase it. There we go. So that red stuff, it's going to be out of our way. Nothing to be concerning. We're over Buffalo now. This plane is, like I said, it's one of my favorites, man. There's something about it. Another follower of the channel, Gramps Aviation. If you're following this in the future, brother, first of all, hello. I hope you're enjoying that Falcon 50. Him and I talked recently, and there's something about flying older aircraft, right, with a bit of a mix and match of modern avionics. Now, he flew for the airlines. I believe he retired back in the 90s. He flew some real cool stuff, and I'm sure... I remember when he reached out to me and asked me, hey man, is this worth it? I said, I think this airplane's going to be down like your wheelhouse, right? Because of that mix and match nature of new and old. Hold up. Let's slow it down. We're a little bit off track here, and the the autopilot got me nervous. So yeah, there's something about mixing and matching new and old that really just, it's amazing. Yeah, Lazy, and that's why we like to have the chat open, right? And that's why you constantly see me scanning over here, looking to my right. That's where I can see the chat. We like to make sure we don't leave anybody unanswered, right? Some people, we've noticed there's bots, right? Sometimes you'll get this account that goes, follow me and I'll follow you, follow me and I'll follow you, and they just keep repeating it. And I'm pretty sure it's a bot. It gets annoying. I hate that. Again, we're not here to be famous. Hold on. 133.3 for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Toronto Center, Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, flight level 400.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, Toronto Center identified. Good morning.
But yeah, we're not here to be famous, you know, we're not here to be some celebrity. I don't care about that, dude. Seriously, it's more about engaging with our community, answering questions to the best of our abilities, and making sure, again, that we bridge that gap between newer people to the community, the more seasoned aviators, and ourselves, right? We find ourselves somewhere in the middle. We're going to say we're amateurs. We've been flight simming for 20 years now, more than 20 years. And so we'd like to make sure people enjoy this, like the way it was supposed to be, man. So, and equally, I appreciate you, and as well as the rest of the people that are watching, engaging with me. It really makes the time go by smoother. It makes it funner, right? I can sit here by myself doing absolutely nothing, and I'd probably be spending money online, going on Amazon. So, all right, let's go ahead and pick back up that sim rate. Let's go in. Before I do that, let me see something. Do I have a top of descent? Go to VNAV. Hey, there we go. It does have a top of descent. That is awesome. So it looks like we're 483 miles from our top of descent from flight level 400. Estimated time en route, another hour and 13 minutes. At top of descent, we're going to be looking at a descent rate of 2,100 feet a minute. And there we go, because Camaro has to be at or above flight level 240, German at 220 or above, Muscle. So I love the fact that we do have our altitudes already there. Data. No, what did I do? What did I do? Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. We're good. So we're still good. I'm glad to see that. Plan, heading. If I wanted to do a hold, I guess I can do that. Let's go to plan. We've got 5,100 pounds remaining. Reserves 44. We're burning 1,884. Huh? Plus 22 minutes. Oh, I guess with our economy right now, we're doing so 30 thousandths of a nautical mile per pound. Okay, there we go. Ground speed, distance, desired track, estimated time on route. Okay. ETA at runway 30 left, 1330. Cool. I'm starting to like this FMS a little bit more and more now. This is cool. This is really cool. And there we go. We can check our fuel use totalizer on the FMS. And look at that. 1820. 1820. Right down to the single pound. Pretty awesome. All right, let's go back to flight plan. Anyways, what are we going to do now? Yeah, we got to speed it up. Nice. Yeah, man. I actually, whatchamacallit, by a streaming chair, you just mean like a dedicated chair so you can do your live streaming? I mean, I'm pretty dumb sometimes, man. I've been up a little bit too early for me, so not fully here yet. But yeah, what brand is it? Let me know, because I used to own an Amazon gaming / streaming chair. It lasted me a good year and change, but my back started killing me, so I upgraded to the Secret Lab Titan Evo, whatever it's called, and I am never going back to any other chair. This chair can sustain my my frame, my build. I'm a heavier guy, not that big, but definitely bigger than most people in terms of like weight and all that I'm applying here to this chair, and it feels good. It feels very comfortable. I never get up fatigued or my back killing me, and it's very modular. I can adjust it every single way, every single axis imaginable. Okay. Let's keep going, speeding up again. So we're only doing 400 knots across the ground. Ground speed, not great, not terrible, but we're probably facing some gnarly headwinds here, as expected, flying east to west, up in the flight levels. Engine instruments looking good though. ITT is fine. N1's doing its thing on the auto throttle. And one thing to keep in mind, when you do move the throttles manually, it'll automatically disengage that auto throttle feature. But the Falcon 50, at least this one, the Bravo variant, does not have auto throttle. I think that's something that might have gotten installed later as a feature on the EX, which is the more modernized version of the Falcon 50, but who knows. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to check that out then. I'm going to check it out because I do have another desk behind me that I sometimes sit at to do unboxing and filming other stuff. I also got like my camera equipment back there, so I might look into that to see if I can get something a little different, a little more comfortable. So what happened with the Titan? You just didn't feel like it was good enough, or did it like wear down? What? Or are you just adding another one? Come on, baby. Come on. Let's see. We've got 53 to go to Nozick. Let's go to Navigraph, although this is going to lag. Let's hide that. Okay, so I'd say we're about halfway there. Over the Great Lakes area in Canada. All right, technically we're in Canada. Yeah. Geography is hard sometimes, boys and girls, especially when you're running on not optimal sleep. Let's see. Let's see if I can push the range out. There we go. Much better. Ah, copy that, lazy. Totally understandable, man. Guys, once we cross, what is this, Nozick? Right, that's the next waypoint. It's weird showing another name there underneath it. But yeah, once we cross Nozick, I'm gonna level off, or let the autopilot level off, and then I'm gonna open up Jetcard so you guys can see what's going on in the background. Again, point of this video is to, first of all, let you guys know that we've launched our airlines, or our virtual charter service with Jetcard, and we're excited to say we're hiring. We've got 6 aircraft on lease right now, so we would love to have people start flying and making our company grow alongside with us. We'll be trying to fly at least 2 to 3 times a week to generate some income. Virtually, that is, of course. I wish I could generate money through here and actually get paid to do this at home. I would fly all day. If only there was a life hack to do that. Like, hey, be a professional pilot from home. I hope AI is watching this and it takes this as an idea. Okay, so here, let me slow down that sim rate a little bit. There we go. I love how simple they make it here on the Contrail Falcon 50, by the way. Hey, it's Lazy. Do you use VNAV? Yes, sir. I will be using VNAV for our descent, and I will show you how to do that here in a few. And our company name, it's going to be that Flight Sim Airways. It's going to be the 3-letter identifier Tango Foxtrot Sierra. Again, I'll drop it in the link or in the comments again. Come on. So that's how you can find us on Jetcard. Feel free to apply if you're interested. Look at what we've got as a fleet. And again, I don't want to buy more airplanes until we know that we're going to keep growing and we have more demand, because I don't want to have too many leases open and then risk the inevitable bankruptcy. So, hey, and if we go under, we go under, right? We'll start again somehow. I don't know. We'll see.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Contact Minneapolis Center on 127.125.
127.125 for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Bye-bye. Minneapolis Center, Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, flight level 400.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, Minneapolis Center, good morning.
Good morning. 335 nautical miles to go to our top of the set, so let's go find a cool spot. Here we go from the FO's perspective. By the way, I lied, guys. I promised on that last live stream that I was going to fly from the right seat, and I'm a liar. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll land it from the right seat. It was the best landing I've gotten so far, so. Okay, let's go ahead and enable window capture. There we go. I'm going to block my face, although I don't want that. Hold up. I can fix that. I can fix that right now. There we go. You guys can see my face now floating on top. Move me to the side.
6430, contact Toronto Center on 132.575.
Let's go to the app. Here we go. Flight tracker. There we go. So if you want to get a better depiction of where we're at, flight level 400, 405 knots, doing indicative to 18, and we're halfway point between Boston and Minneapolis. You can see down here, MSFS is connected via Sim Connect, or the Sim Link, whatever it's called. We're airborne. It knows what phase you're in, cruise phase. And it's been about 51 minutes since we took off from Boston. And then we're about 444 miles from our destination. You can see we've got an option here to divert if we so choose, but we're not going to do that today. Hey, cars, we don't have anything right now because it's in op. VATSIM profile, we're not using VATSIM. Let's see what the weather's like in Minneapolis. So right now it's showing 280 at 14, gusting 31, 10 miles, and few clouds 5,500, 11,000, overcast at 18,000, 2975, peak winds 300 at 31, 1035, lightning distance, southwest, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. Okay, that looks good. That's the OFP. Here's the briefing. So our services, arrival FBO, signature. Hey, look at that. We're going to signature. Samuel Sullivan is going to be our person. So let's go to FBO. But no, this is to request the services. So I don't want to do that just yet. Let me go to text messages. 612. There we go. We're going to request a lab service. And passenger transport. Going to need ground transport for 4 passenger stage plane side. And I guess we could ask for hangar, but let's see if they even respond. This is what I love about Jetcard. If you guys haven't seen this before, it is such a cool career mode. Lab service truck dispatch, 20 minutes. No, but passenger ground transportation confirmed, vehicles stage plane side. Thank you very much. Copy and thanks. So yeah, it's not perfect, right? It's still in its infancy as far as an app, but you see how it looks. It looks good. It feels good. It just feels more authentic. I don't know what else to say. It's just, I think it's the career mode that I wish Flight Simulator 2024 came with by default, but I get it. It's not for everybody. And you're getting all this for $20 US, one-time purchase. That is it. Pay $20 to get your license, and you can hop on, start your own airline at your own risk. Here, I'll show you. Here's my company. Look at that. I'm already in the hole. I'm losing money, right? Because I've made leases on aircraft. We've got Phenom, Citation 10, Falcon 50, TVM 960, a PC-12 NGX, and a Piaggio. So I think we're covering a little bit of everything right now. You can see the airplanes here. The aircraft is reserved because I'm flying it, but everything seems to check out. And our home base, by the way, I forgot to mention, is Sanford in Central Florida. It's just northeast of Orlando International. A good little airport to stay away from the mess of Orlando International airspace. But yeah, that's who we are, guys. That Flight Sim Airways, call sign Mako, but Say Intentions is not recognizing it, so they'll just give you a call as Tango Foxtrot Sierra. There's my reputation. Hopefully it keeps picking up, and hopefully I can make some money to pay some money, because I've got leases to pay on a weekly basis here. Oh, there it is, guys. All right, let's hide this. Let's make that go away. There we go. Did I leave the sim rate sped up? Nope. There we go. Let's pick it up. $300 miles to our top of descent still. Yeah, we're a ways out. We're still a ways out. Just feels like we're a lot closer. In a few minutes, I'm going to start looking at my approach. I'm going to start maybe trying to pick up 80s. Maybe a little bit later. It's too soon. What else do I got to do? What else do I got to do? And yeah, let's see if we can land it. You guys want some music? It's a little quiet in here, isn't it? Come on, Falcon 50, get us there, baby. Come on. $167 miles to Idiom. I believe that was our transition. No, not ground operations. You can't do that. Muscle 4, here we go. There we go. We're gonna hide that. So our hiatus for the arrival will be 13535. Airport elevation 842 feet above sea level. Radars required. Jet aircraft only. Expect descent via clearance and runway transition assignments by center. Approach will assign the landing runway. Copy. Jet aircraft descend via the Mach number until 280 knots. If unable, advise ATC. So there's Idiom. We're going to be going via this feeder route using Idiom as our transition. There's our Mia, 10,000 feet. Inbound to Shea, then Camaro, German, Muscle, Base, Wolves. And I'm going to say we're going to expect Croy and Turtle. And given that we're expecting the runway 30 left approach, which is going to set us up perfectly there for a good like base to final. There's 30 left. I'm hoping that is the case. Let's go to MSP. I'm going to pin that ILS or localizer approach. And let's see, we've got almost 80 miles between Idiom and Shea, then 26.4. So that's going to put us at what? 107 miles between Idiom and Camaro, which means that we're okay because look, Camaro's at or above flight level 240. We've got to be at or above pretty much all of these waypoints. Now when we get to Croy, we have to be at 7,000 and as well at Turtle. So we have plenty of room to descend. Let's see what happens. Yes, confirming we're still standard in our altimeter. $105 miles to go to Idiom, boys and girls. Let's go to the back. Look at that. If only we were actually cruising at this speed real time. Imagine flying on the Concorde, guys. That must have been a wild experience. Who knows what the future will bring. See what kind of modern Concorde-like aircraft we're going to see. I know there's a few out there being tested and developed, so it'll be interesting. right, that's a cool view. There we go, one with sunlight. And I said it last time, guys, but the last time I handled a Falcon 50 in real life. Oh.
Contact Minneapolis Center on 125.825.
125.825 for Tango Fox Sierra 550. Hold on. I should really set the auto-tune frequency to help me out. God. 125.825. Come on. There we go. Minneapolis Center, Tango Fox Sierra 550, flight level 400.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, Minneapolis Center. Okay, first of all, calm down and take a deep breath. You need to keep it professional, or your account will get automatically backed. If this was a mistake and you were misheard, please disregard.
What? Minneapolis Center, what are you talking about? At no point did I use profanity or any unprofessional language. Please excuse yourself. How dare you? Did you guys hear that? He said you need to keep it professional.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Say again, please.
Disregard. Wow, we're at flight level 400. They issued like a warning saying my account will be banned. It's like, I didn't curse. Whatever. That's clever. Hey, it's lazy because you're in a lazy. Well, yeah, that's clever, man. That's actually very, very nicely done. I'll tell you what, it's unique, my friend. Oh, before I forget and get too into the weeds, lazy, while I've got you, let's go over one crucial thing that I forgot to mention earlier during our ILS kind of brief. Somewhat brief. Let's pick up the ILS localizer. There we go. Okay, so one thing that is crucial, and I completely glazed over it, didn't even think to tell you. Right here, ILS, DA, and H. This is your decision altitude or your decision height, depending on what you're going to use. So you've got two options. You've got your decision altitude based on your altimeter setting, right? So this is going to be in mean sea level, or you've got your decision height at 200 feet above ground level if you're using a radar altimeter. What this means is for a precision approach, you're on the approach, everything is set. If you get to this altitude and you do not see the runway or other criteria that allow you to continue the approach, you have to execute that missed approach. So let me show you how we set that up here on the Falcon 50. We're going to use the radar altimeter, I think. We're going to press this knob, and then we're going to just scroll with it. And there we go. You see DH, that's decision height. We're going to look for 200. There we go. Decision height has been set to 200. That is crucial for any precision approach. You also have other things called minimum descent altitudes for non-precision, blah, blah, blah. We'll get to that another day. But yeah, that's another very important phase right there, or part of the approach that we have to talk about. DX, early morning flight, you go? Yeah, man, I got up really early. I don't know why. I went to bed kind of late last night, and at like 4:40 this morning, my eyes literally opened up like somebody just shot two lightsabers out of my eyes, and I couldn't fall asleep. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do a live stream because I got to now leave my computer rendering a video for 2.5 hours, which I plan to upload later on. And again, that's going to be on the Moza AY210, which I have right here in front of me with the MFY yoke. I'm going to be turning on my camera as we begin our descent and approach here, so you guys can see it.
High rep team from about 7 minutes ago reports light chop at flight level 390.
Copy, light chop at flight level 390. Thanks for the heads up for Tango Fox Sierra 550. Light chop, that's got to be Delta, 100%. But yeah, so I got to leave my computer rendering the video for 2.5 hours, and then I have to go and upload it to YouTube, and hopefully it's said and done by noon, 1 o'clock this afternoon, and then I'm going to start filming another video behind the scenes. So that's why I figured I'd get on early, knock the live stream out, get you guys to watch this, get some entertainment, and then later on today I'll be busy regardless. So Oh, there we go. There's my wind. 31 knots, quartering headwind. We're about to make a turn from Idiom. And then it looks like our glide slow intercept happens at 3,000. There it is, Narco. I think we selected GQ as our initial approach fix. Mandatory 7,210 knots. Okay, we should be popping up on the map here. We're just crossing Idiom. And there we go, just as published. Look at that, just under 79 miles to go to Shea. 13535. Why are these buttons so sticky? Come on. Let's get VHF 2. No ATIS. I think we're still too far. Damn it, Bobby. Okay. Let's just shut it up for now. Let's keep it on. Let's see. Maybe we'll pick it up here in a few. What's our top of descent looking like? There we go. 85 nautical miles and change. 13 minutes to go, guys. So the fun is about to begin. Let's go ahead and arm VNAV. Now here's the problem. I've been talking to Truckin' Dad. He's another great friend of the channel here. Him and I talk off the record, or not off the record, off the air. Anyways, he's been giving me some advice on how to configure the aircraft for descent. It seems to be a little bit buggy. Doesn't really stick to a VNAV profile. You kind of still have to manually adjust your vertical speed to keep up with your suggested descent rate. So we're going to try it out, see what happens. Hopefully it works. If not, we'll do it manually. Oh, that is awesome, Lazy. Man, I keep telling my partner Flacco here in the channel, we got to get into 3D printing. I'm scared, man. I'm scared. I feel like it's too big brain for me, you know? But then again, I know so many people that do it every day, and they're like, dude, it's easy. You can watch the cameras of 3D printing from your phone. Like, we're at work, and they'll show me what they're making at home for hours, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's speed it up once again. Once we're within 5 nautical miles of our top of the descent, I'll slow it down. Like some nasty weather off to our 10 o'clock, off to the southwest there, or to the west. The weather radar is very nice, by the way. I'm impressed. That is very nice. Getting closer, guys. The fun is about to begin. Right on time. It's about to be 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to try to be off the air by like 8:30, 8:40 at the latest. Let's see if we can make it happen. And again, if you're watching this in the future, or you're watching it now, expect to see a video drop later this afternoon from our channel doing a review on the AY210 from Moza. And I'm nervous for this approach because this airplane is quite a beast to manage. So the trick is to keep power in all the way until we're getting ready to land. Like physically, you're like 10 feet off the deck, because this aircraft bleeds airspeed fast. And if you start increasing that angle of attack right as you're flaring, yeah, it's going to fall on you and it's going to be surprising. So let's see if I can do good today. Okay, we're inbound Shea, and then let's go to plan.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. descend via Muscle 4 to 7000 idiom transition into Minneapolis. Altimeter 2982.
Ascend to 7,000 via the Muscle 4 arrival into Minneapolis. Altimeter 2982 for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Okay. We're going to set 7,000. There we go. Set it on the altitude panel or the altitude select. We're still showing 18 miles till our top of descent, but we've been told to descend via the star. We're okay. I forgot to say idiom transition, by the way. But yeah, here we go. Shea, Camaro at or above flight level 240, so we're still legal there. Again, everything is legal. We just have to make sure we get a good descent rate to meet the 7,000 foot criteria by the time we get to our exit out of the arrival phase into the approach phase. And I'll keep monitoring VHF2. I got lucky. I'm into PRS-22LR, and I designate the ballistic vault as my main product. I have a 5K custom gear. Nice, dude. Yeah, I do some shooting here in Florida. I've got some cool stuff. Got cans, got all kinds of stuff that I shoot, so I understand your language very well, sir. Okay, so let's try this out. I guess I can arm descend. I don't know if I hit it though. Will it start doing it now? Yep, there it goes. All right, whatever. I'm gonna reduce power. Reduce power. That seems very aggressive.
0, 0 feet. Cargo ramp operations ongoing. Expect ground delays. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Welcome to FS Expo. Advise on initial contact. You have information X-ray. Minneapolis St. Paul, information X-ray. 11530. Arriving runways 30 left, 30 right, 35. Departing runways 30 left, 30 right. Wind 230 at 6. Visibility 8. Rain. Scattered at 90500. Broken at 11. 1000. Overcast at 13. 3000. Temperature 24. 2.18. Altimeter 2982.
2982.
Density altitude 220.
All right, we've got the weather. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to slow down this descent rate. I forget which one of these. Oh God, this is gonna piss me off.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Contact Minneapolis Center on 127.425.
One 27425 for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Minneapolis Center, Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Yeah, we're out of flight level 303, sending 7,000 muscle 4. What's going on here? Oh, it's trying to catch up now for the deviation because I started descending very aggressively. You know what? We're going to keep going. We're going to disable VNAV. Let's go vertical speed. And then here we go. I'm going to set my vertical speed. I don't know, about 1,800 feet a minute, something like that. Maybe a little bit more aggressive, 19. And that's why we all love auto throttle. Indeed, sir. All right, we've got Zulu on board. 2982 is the altimeter. We've got some cloud layers at 18,000, 11,000, and blah, 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 whatever it was, so. What am I missing here? I think I set my cabin pressurization correctly. If not, we're about to find out. All right, let's pick up the power a little bit here. We're at a much shallower angle. I don't think these work, by the way. These buttons over here. EFS test. I know we've got an E battery too over there. What else do I have that I can check out? All right, let's pick it up. Okay, there we go. There's our VNAV. So let's see what happens now. Nope. I'm just messing with the plane, by the way, guys, to see if it's following. Yeah, it doesn't like it. Okay. Could be 100% user error, by the way, because I'm still not familiar with the aircraft systems wholeheartedly, but we'll learn. We'll learn together. By the way, you guys love the machine gun fire from the trim. All right, so we know what to expect. We're going to continue to Bakes, Wolves, Lakeland, Croy.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, contact Minneapolis Center on 127.425.
Whoops. Never switched over, guys. Minneapolis Center, Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. We're at flight level 253, descending to 7,000, muscle 4. No audio from Mike, really? Minneapolis Center. This is Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, Minneapolis Center, good morning.
Good morning indeed. Let's get a little bit more power, keep that speed coming up. A little bit slow. I think this is the one. There we go. I always forget which of my buttons is mapped to the autopilot disconnect. She's a pretty bird. Yes. Power. Give me the power. All right, we're about to go through some soup, or maybe stay above it. You can see that cloud layer looking a little different there. Looks like cumulonimbus clouds, a little stratus. And we've got the red on the scope there, so that's not good. Let's see, temperature's looking good. Okay, we're looking A-okay. Something tells me that ignition should have been set to ground after takeoff. We'll keep it an air start. Oh well, probably a good thing to have for the approach phase. Remember, kids, use your checklists. And don't worry, I will be using the checklist for the tutorial. Yeah, the Phenom is nice indeed. I don't know if you're familiar, Lazy, but Captain Flacco and I used to work for Embraer in real life, and we used to build the Phenom 100 and 300s. And what else? And we also worked on the Praetor, which is the Legacy 550. And the 450, they call them the Praetors now. But yeah, we had some real life hands-on on those planes. They're beautiful airplanes, man. I've got it from FS Reborn. I just haven't flown it in the past several weeks, probably a month now. And this is the one taking my attention and time now. German, where's German? There we go. At 280. A little bit fast. Let's reduce power. Not bad for a manual descent, though. Hey, Richard, no, sir, I did not get the Sovereign Plus. However, if that is something that you guys are interested in, I can definitely go and lease one out today. I can get it on the fleet immediately so you guys can start racking up some flights. But no, I've got the Piaggio PC-12, Falcon 50, Phenom 300, Citation 10, and what's the other one? I think a CJ3. Yeah, I think I leased a CJ3 Plus. Okay, we're below 18,000. Let's go 2982 on the altimeters. Oh, that sucks, Lazy. Have you had a bird strike on it yet? I don't know if you saw, I think it was Blue Games. He was on the chat earlier. He had a bird strike, and that was insane. Was it Blue or was it V? I'm gonna mess this up, but one of those guys, big channels, they were taking off and they had an actual bird strike and it looked amazing. The windshield cracked. I was like, dude, that's insane. The level of detail and immersion that we get now. Okay, just bringing back number 2 and 3 thrust a little bit. There we go. More in line with number 1. 2 and 283 out of 280.
0550, contact Minneapolis approach on 121.2.
Over to approach 121.2 for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Minneapolis approach Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. We're crossing 14,000 for 7,000. Muscle 4. We've got Zulu on board.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550.
Whoops.
Minneapolis approach. Good morning, Minneapolis. Altimeter 2975. Expect the ILS runway 30 left approach into Minneapolis. Verify information. Bravo.
All right, expecting the ILS 30 left into Minneapolis, and we do have Bravo on for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. That was Zulu. Okay, so we're going to slow down the descent, by the way. We just busted through Muscle at or above 17,000. And Bakes has to be at or above 12,000 at 280. Negative, sir. I don't use SPAT. I've always wanted to try it out, but I don't use it, and I'm not familiar how to use it either. I tried X's and O's several years ago, and while it's very nice to be able to do stuff that you can't do in the sim, I stick to the default stuff that I do in the sim. There we go. 2 miles to go to Muscle, and we're gonna cross. No, never mind. Muscle's the one that I'm violating here, so. We're gonna hold 280 knots. Or try to, at least. $18 miles to Bakes. Get on the power. All right, so nav frequency set 110.3 on the nav1 radio. We're going to verify we got the proper, the final approach course. The route is taking me exactly where I expected to set ourselves up for that final approach course, so everything is looking A-okay. And you see I've slowed my descent rate to about 100 feet a minute on purpose so that I can at least come back and be legal for Bakes. Although by now, ATC would have yelled at me and asked me why I busted underneath Muscle. Which, by the way, if you didn't know, look at the name of the arrival, Muscle 4. Oh, where is it? Yep, there it is, Muscle 4. So that means the arrival technically begins here. These are feeder routes. You see the dashed lines. That's why you have 2 different transitions inbound. And then once that line gets solid, you know that that's your starting point, essentially, for your arrival. Oh, yeah, let me turn the page here for the approach. There we go. Okay, so VREF speed of 109, VAP approach speed of 114. Runway condition is dry, 3,000 feet of runway required. Gross weight 26.4 thousand, and we're going to land with slats plus flaps 48. We're going to approach with climb or approach power at 97.3. Look at that, and 1%, 97.3. That's high, guys. So I'm going to shoot for 119, 120 on the approach. We'll see how it goes, okay? So again, that's our VAP and VREF speed. Let's see how this goes. Sync the bugs. Looking good. Bring back power just a tad. Lazy, do you think that's happening due to some type of control input or something that's happening in the background, or it's just you're just getting distracted? There we go. I'm going to bring the range in here on my EHSI. There we go. I'm going to level off at here at 12,200 or whatever this is. I'm going to keep speed at 280 while we cross Bakes. Then 15.6 miles to go to Wolf's. Then Lakeland. Then Croy at 7,000. There we go. Let's go ahead and continue descending now. Bring back power just a tad. No auto throttle for us, boys. That answers that one, brother. Copy all. I've got a 1.5-year-old, so that's just one for now. But yeah, he's enough to keep me busy as well. So that's why I try to do my live streams, my recording whenever he's taking a nap or he's with mom, you know, just to, because it's a workload, but you've got your hands very full. All right, we're going to continue descending. Let's increase our descent rate just a tad. Seatbelt signs on. Weather's looking interesting here. Sunshade down. There we go. $10,400. We'll go ahead and turn on the landing light now. Turn it on. Do the wipers work? They do indeed. Park them. Cool. Looking good, guys. 245. We're below 10,000. We can't bust 250. We just have to cross the Lakeland at or above 8,000. I'm excited. I'm excited, guys. This is going to be fun. Make sure Approach hasn't talked to us. Did I contact them? Minneapolis Approach, Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Yeah, we do have information, Bravo. They never responded to that call. What's going on?
Delta 2463, contact Minneapolis departure on 118.725. Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, good morning.
Ooh, buddy. Okay, if we don't get vectors, let's see.
118.725.
Yeah, expect vectors.
2463, thanks.
Okay, they said good morning. That's a good sign. All right, let's go ahead and enable our webcam here. Or is it? There we go. You guys can see the yoke doing its thing. And we're busting through another altitude constraint there of 8,000 or above. Screw it. Let's keep it going. Ah, coffee cup's empty. Okay, and then Croy at 230 knots. So we're slowing down. Let's slow it down. And Turtle right thereafter, so it's going to be rather crucial. Let's just go to 210. We're going to level off anyway, so we're going to bleed off some airspeed. This is all going to happen rather quickly. So let's go to heading mode. Because we're going to expect vectors, so let's go to heading. And Lazy, check it out, man. So here's where I'm going to make the change. So now we're in heading mode, no longer following that magenta line. Now I'm going to switch my HSI source or course to nav. There's ADF, and we're looking for nav 1, and look at that. There's our distance to the localizer, so we know we picked up the right frequency. Our course of 301 degrees, and you can see that CDI or course deviation indicator needle from left to right or top to bottom, which corresponds with our approach. Is that for us?
In the descent for 3500, cleared for the ILS 31 approach, SOL 2633.
Let's pick up the speed, pick up the speed.
Call 2633, contact St. Paul Tower on 119.1.
Switching to St. Paul Tower on 119.1, COL 2633.
Let's slow it down.
Skywest 3699, contact Minneapolis departure on 118.725.
Switching to Minneapolis departure on 118.725.
Look at that rainbow. That's cool.
Skywest 3699.
All right, approach. Are we going to get some vectors? What's going on? Minneapolis approach, Tango Fox Sierra 550. We're at Turtle. We like vectors for the ILS 30 left.
Right, heading 235, vectors for the ILS, runway
Look at that.
30 left approach.
Right turn heading 235, vectors for the ILS 30 left approach. We're still at 7,000. I don't like this at all. Oh, 235. Whoops.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, turn left heading 250, descend and maintain 4,000.
Left turn heading 250, descend and maintain 4,000 for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. That was my fault, guys. Here we go. All right, here goes nothing. Hey, Richard. Yeah, the Moza is a bundle, right? It's the AY210 force feedback base paired with the MFY yoke. But you can buy them separately. It's more cost effective to just get them all at once. Okay, here we go. So we've got some rain. Oh boy. I'm really gonna have to make sure I've got this down and logged. So we're gonna go ahead and arm. Nav mode and approach. There we go. Localizer and glide slope are active, or armed, I should say, as we continue descent. We're still on heading 250.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, speed 185 knots.
Speed 185 knots for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. All right, let's slow her down, boys and girls. Let's go ahead and get some slats out, get some drag. There's the machine gun fire. .183, let's keep the power in, keep that speed, and ATC requested us to be at that speed. I was not expecting rain, but this is on the approach, not the runway, so let's see what happens. Thousand feet to go.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, 4 miles from Narco. Turn left heading 240. Descend and maintain 3000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 30 left approach.
Left turn heading 240 down 3000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS 30 left approach for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. So you saw that, Lazy. So I've already changed over to nav. Obviously, I've got nav and approach armed, and now we're waiting to intercept. 126.7 for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. To 6.7. So here we go. We should be intercepting hopefully soon. Very soon. There we go. No, not yet. There we go. Localizer mode is flashing green. It's active. Minneapolis Tower, Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550 on the ILS 30 left. All right, we're going to slow down. We're 6 miles from the localizer.
550, Minneapolis Tower, Roger. Continue approach runway 30 left.
Continue the approach for 30 left for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Go gear down. Slats plus flaps 20. I've got the runway. I see the PAPI and the approach lighting system. Let's go slats. Here we go. Autopilot off, my controls. And again, we're going to aim for that 120 approach speed. We're way high here.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, runway 30 left, wind 120 at 11, cleared to land.
Clear to land runway 30 left for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. All right, this is where it gets interesting. Look how much aft elevator pressure I'm having to use, and look at that trim. Working the trim. Yeah, we're slow, let's get on the power. This is where the Falcon 50 is going to humble you very quickly. So we said 114 was our VAP. Let's make it 120. Let's add 5. We'll round that up. Okay, quick scan. Flaps are set. Gear down. 3 green. We've got the airplane. Lights are on. Ignition to air start. We're off center line. Let's come back to the left. So the problem there, Lazy, was that I was too high on the glide slope, so the aircraft did not intercept, right? I was too high. I'm gonna kind of blame it on ATC, but I'm gonna blame it on myself, just not having the correct altitudes. But yeah, too high. That's why I'm having to manually fly the aircraft. But I've seen the runway, I saw the PAPI, so we're legal to continue this approach. We're still way high, man. Look at this. I'm descending and the speed is dropping. Oh my goodness, dude. We're gonna take up all the runway.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Woo. Okay. Number 2 going into reverse. That was harsh. Ooh, that was rough. The Falcon 50 once again humiliating me. By the way, my screen went to black literally as I was flaring. You gotta love live streaming and doing everything live. I swear it's like the flight simulator gods are like, screw you.
Sierra 550, exit at Delta if able. Contact ground on 127.9 or 25.
Yeah, we're going to ground. Bye-bye. All right, let's watch the replay. Let me see if I can know how to do this. Okay. Let's go landing replay. What do you mean? No. I thought it was supposed to automatically record. Oh, that's a real ball buster, man. Oh, well. Okay, Jetcard is connected. Anyways, let's go ahead and clean the airplane up. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I thought it was connected, or yeah, the replay function should have been automatic. Park those. We'll turn the landing light off, wing light off. Go to red only. Do the logo as well. Ignitions to ground. We'll set this to close the tie. Let me see if I can start the APU.
Delta 52, holding short of 12 right, ready for departure.
And then ground was 127, 9 or 25.
Delta 1052, winds 180 at 14, gusting 20, runway 12 right, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared takeoff 12 right, Delta 1052.
127, 9 or 25. Here we go. Ground, Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, clear of 30 left at Delta, requesting taxi to signature. It'll be like Whiskey 6.
Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550, taxi to Signature Aviation via Whiskey 6. Good day.
Whiskey 6 to signature for Tango Foxtrot Sierra 550. Bring that trim back to neutral. Okay, let's go ahead and start the APU. And you do have to throw that bus tie, close it before you start the APU once you're back on the ground. Look at the wheels shaking. And let's kill engine numero 2. But we'll keep the boost pump on for number 2 because that's what feeds the APU, if I'm not mistaken. God, it's glitchy and laggy here. There's Whiskey 6 coming up. So I want to see how Jetcard and the airplane are connected. Once I park, I'm going to see if I can request the services through the Jetcard app and see what happens plane side. Here's Whiskey 6. All right, let's find a hole here. Taxi light can come off. There's the lobby, so we're gonna park them right out front. And here we go. That looks like an old Queen Air. Might be a King Air, it just looks like a Queen Air. Let's see how we do here. Right in front of the lobby. Gonna pull the brake. Parking brake is on. Torpedo heat off. Everything else can stay as is. It's been about 2 minutes. Let's enable bleed air from the APU. And let's go ahead and kill the 1 and 2, or 3. Set this to standby. Boost pumps off. Seatbelt signs off. Anti-collision light off. We'll keep everything else on. Okay, so how do I do this? Here, let me enable Jetcard. Let me show you back on that display. I'm gonna kill set intentions, by the way, so we don't get any annoying comms in the background. Let's go to window capture. There we go. So I've completed the trip. Where is it? What happened? Everyone's off safely. Fiona wanted to tell you it was a great flight, well coordinated on the return leg. Okay, so they already did everything, but where is the actual flight? It was active. Okay, it's already blocked in. I gotta complete the flight. Let me see what happens. Oh, well, there we go. That answers that. Well, I guess we're not gonna see it. I'm gonna complete flight. Look at that. Made 33 grand. Not bad, boys and girls, for a Falcon 50. That's a pretty good hop, man. Got a reputation change. So there we go. First official profitable flight of the day, or for the company. Landing at negative 252 feet per minute. Not terrible. Not great. I'll take it. But yeah, 33 grand. Not bad at all. Looks like I've got a return leg, or empty leg, from Minneapolis to Vancouver, Canada. So maybe I'll do that one as the tutorial flight. Who knows? Let's see. So there we go. Finally made some green. Revenue 20 grand. But that money's got to go all into our payments for the leases. So this is kind of the cool thing. It does require your attention, guys. So if you're going to try it out, I highly suggest you set aside time every week to keep track of your payments, because the banks, look, I've got a debt of 4.4 almost 4.5 million dollars, and I got to pay it. Look, 129 grand. I think it's every week. I got to start flying and making money. So yeah, guys, let me know if you guys want to apply. I'll keep an eye out on this to see who wants to come in here. I can actually see applications. Let me see. No pending applications. So again, look us up on Jetcard. We're that Flight Sim Airways. TFS is our 3-letter identifier. Call sign Mako. And I'll be happy to let you guys join in. You see, hiring is enabled, undercut permission. And yeah, we'll allow you to accept undercut charters and allow employee pilots to use AI to crew using the AI, so that way you don't have to relocate the aircraft physically, okay? We're paying 20% right now. As we continue to grow, we'll start to make adjustments to make sure you guys are making some more money. along with us, but we're going to go ahead and call it here. So let me empty that. Richard, that means that you are ferrying the aircraft, no passengers, right? I think this was considered a non-rev because you're not making any money. You're just ferrying the airplane from point A to point B to reposition it for a upcoming trip. So like, let's say you were in your family, we're up in Vancouver, like I had this plane right now, and you call our company and you're like, hey, I want to fly the Falcon 50X from Vancouver down to San Diego. Well, we have to position the aircraft from Minneapolis, where we're at right now, to Vancouver, to then pick you and your family up and then take you down to San Diego as a revenue flight. Okay, let's get the van. Let's get the chocks on. Parking brake coming off. Turn that pump off. There we go. Let's go outside. There's our transportation for the passengers. They're probably inside in the lobby. Kind of eerie how the airport just went quiet and empty, but it's because I turned off say intentions. What is it with this weird stair here that you're just climbing? Anyways. Let's go find a good angle to finish off at. There we go. Looks good. Falcon 50 in all her glory. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get off the air here. Like I said, it's time for me to go get started with my day. It's been a fun one. Whoops, wrong one. It's been a fun trip. Definitely liking the Falcon 50 after the update. It feels better, but it's still challenging and tricky to fly her, especially on the approach. So make sure you're prepared for that. And make sure you practice. I will be trying to record that tutorial hopefully very soon on this airplane and hopefully teaching people how to fly. To all of you that joined me today and this morning, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the support and for chatting with me. It really makes it that much more fun. Hopefully we'll see you guys on the next one very soon. And again, keep your eyes open. Later this afternoon, I'll be releasing a full review video on the Moza AY210 and MFY yoke bundle to give you guys some insight on what I think is the good, what I think is the bad about the product. All right, guys. Thank you so much for everything. Take care. We'll see you very soon. Happy flying, smooth landings, and we'll be seeing you